Kellogg's Pep,
The super delicious cereal presents
the adventures of Superman. Faster than a speeding bullet. More powerful than a locomotive. Able to leap tall buildings at a single bound. Look, up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's Superman. Yes, it's Superman. And today, having triumphed over his greatest adversary, the Atom Man, he tells Inspector Henderson of a danger that still exists. During his titanic battle with Henry Miller, the Nazi Atom Man, Superman carried the human monster high into the heavens. Forgetting his own safety and his maniacal desire to destroy his hated foe, Miller attacked the Man of Steel with his deadly atomic power. Superman lost consciousness, and the two mighty opponents fell through space to the banks of the Metropolis Canal, where police and soldiers were on guard against Miller's threat to wipe out the city that night. The fall killed the Atom Man instantly. But when Superman revived a few moments later, he amazed Police Inspector Henderson and General Niles of the Army by stating,
"Yes, gentlemen, a terrible threat still remains. To me, to you, and to the entire world."
What do you mean? The Atom Man is dead.
I know, Inspector. But 2 small pieces of kryptonite are still in existence.
What? Kryptonite? What's that?
That, General Niles, is the deadliest, most radioactive element on Earth. More powerful than uranium. Dissolved and injected into Henry Miller's veins, it gave him his atomic power. And the last 2 pieces of the original fragment, all there is in the world, are now in the hands of dangerous criminals.
I see what you mean. You think they might create another Atom Man.
That's exactly what I think, General. Or they may be able to create something even more terrible.
What could be more terrible than a living atomic monster? Nothing. Look, Superman, how can there be 2 more pieces of kryptonite? There was only 1 piece in the first place, the original fragment that fell to Earth about a year ago.
That's right, Inspector. But when the Scarlet Widow stole the fragment from the Metropolis Museum, she cut it up into 4 pieces. She knew it had the power to rob me of my strength, and she intended to sell the 4 pieces to my enemies for $1 million each.
Who is the Scarlet Widow? She's called the most dangerous woman in the world, and she's well named. Go on, Superman. What happened to the 4 pieces?
Der Teufel, the Nazi scientist who made Henry Miller an Atom Man, got the first one. He told Miller about the Scarlet Widow. So when Miller exhausted his atomic power on me in our first fight, he sent Sidney, his henchman, to the Widow to get more kryptonite. Sidney bought 1 piece, and the Widow told him she had sold the other 2 pieces.
Sold them? To whom?
Well, Sidney said she wouldn't tell him. But we've got to find the Scarlet Widow, Inspector, and make her tell us.
That's easier said than done. There's been a 48-state alarm out for her ever since she stole the kryptonite from the museum. We haven't been able to find a trace of her.
Sidney knew where she was.
Sure, but he's dead.
And he may have left some records.
Well, my boys ransacked his country house and his city apartment today, right after Clark Kent was found in his garage.
Nothing showed up?
Not a thing. But we're digging into his past now, trying to run down his connections. Well, I'll go back to headquarters now that this Atom Man scare is over and get to work on the case myself.
You won't mind if I look over Sidney's house and apartment, will you?
Of course not. But you won't find anything.
I'd like to have a try, anyhow.
Help yourself.
Thanks, Inspector. I'll be going then. Goodbye, General Niles. Glad to have met you.
Goodbye, Superman, and thanks again for what you did tonight. That goes for me, too.
Don't thank me. My own life was at stake. And until the last 2 pieces of kryptonite are recovered and destroyed, I'll be in danger. I'll be seeing you, Inspector. Up! Up! And away!
Leaping from the bank of the canal, Superman streaks through the night skies to Sidney's country place. For hours he searches the empty house, and then the secret cellar under the garage where he had been so close to death. He examines every inch of the floors, the walls, the ceilings. The sun has long since risen when at last he gives up and streaks back to Metropolis. Resuming the guise and garb of Clark Kent, he phones Jimmy Olsen, and a short time later the boy reporter joins him in the late Sidney's handsome apartment overlooking the park.
Well, we worried about you, Mr. Kent. Where were you all night?
Taking care of the Atom Man, of course. And then... Help me go through this desk, Jim.
Well, what do you mean taking care of the Atom Man?
Just what I said. Why, the Atom Man story, of course. His fight with Superman.
But you didn't cover that story.
Well, who says I didn't?
Oh, I do. We got the story from Inspector Henderson when he released it to all the papers.
Well, how do you like that? I had a terrific scoop, and I forgot to phone it in.
Well, what? You had a scoop on the biggest story of all time, and you forgot to turn it in.
That's right. A fine reporter I am.
Oh, I can't believe it.
That's true, though. I guess I was pretty groggy. All I could think of was that there were still 2 pieces of kryptonite that had to be recovered.
Oh, boy, Mr. White better not hear about this. Why, he'll boil you in oil. He'll fire you.
All right, never mind that. What we've got to do is make sure there'll never be another Atom Man or something even worse. Keep looking, Jim.
All right.
There's nothing in this drawer except the usual bills, club notices, and so on.
Oh, you don't expect to find the pieces of kryptonite here, do you?
Oh, no, of course not. We've got to find out about the Scarlet Widow, who knows where they are. Sidney had contact with her. Judging by that and from other things I heard him tell Miller in the garage, he had powerful connections. If we can trace some of his connections, we may be able to find the widow.
Oh. Why, that guy Sidney sure fooled me.
Yeah, Sidney was very clever.
You said it.
Well, nothing in this desk.
Hey, maybe there's something behind one of the pictures, huh? I heard a story on the radio.
There isn't anything behind the pictures.
Did you look?
Yes.
Oh. Well, what about the furniture? There might be something inside the linings.
No, there isn't.
How do you know?
Well, Sidney was too smart to leave anything incriminating in the furniture. That's one of the first places the police look.
Oh, they listen to the radio whodunits too, huh?
You try that crack on Inspector Henderson sometime. Come on, we'll take a look at the bedroom.
Okay. Gosh, Mr. Kent, I was feeling so good about the Atom Man being finished, but now I'm just as scared as I was before.
So am I. Okay, you take the dresser, Jim. I'll go through this chest of drawers.
Okay. Hey, don't you think maybe we ought to put an ad or something in the Daily Planet?
Huh?
To let Superman know there's still a couple of pieces of kryptonite around?
Oh.
He might think now that the Atom Man is done for that he's safe.
No, he knows everything I do.
How does he? Oh, you mean you saw him last night?
Huh? I guess you could say that, yeah.
What do you mean you guess?
Well, I was with him.
Oh. Gee, this Sidney was some dude. Everything silk. Shirts, socks, pajamas. Holy cow, even his underwear.
Uh-huh.
All with fancy monograms, too. And... Hey, what's this?
What?
This. Look, Mr. Kent, look at this.
Eagerly, Jimmy holds out a small, strange object. What is it? Has the boy reporter found a clue to the Scarlet Widow? We'll return in a moment to find out. As Clark Kent and Jimmy Olsen were searching the dead Sidney's apartment for some clue to the Scarlet Widow, Jimmy made a strange discovery in a dresser drawer. He is now holding out a small, round metal object about the size of a quarter.
It was in the bottom of the drawer under his pajamas.
Yeah?
First I thought it was a coin or a medal or something, but
Let's see it, Jim.
Here you are. It's all smooth, see? Except for a little design on one side.
Uh-huh.
What do you suppose it is?
I don't know. It's an odd design, just a little arc. No, wait a minute. There's a tiny star over one end of the arc. You know, I suppose this might represent a crescent moon and a star.
Oh, what could that mean?
I don't know, Jim.
Maybe some secret society, huh?
Yes, that could be. Sidney belonged to several clubs and societies, apparently carrying out his pose as a successful businessman.
Oh, and I guess it's not important.
No, probably not. Wait a minute, though. I saw this same symbol just recently.
Well, you did? Where?
Oh, I'm trying to remember. It was a strange place. Oh, wait a minute, I know. In Sidney's country house.
Oh, so what? If it's the symbol of some club or society he belonged
I saw
to.
it at the bottom of an empty sheet of notepaper. The paper was folded and in an envelope addressed to Sidney.
Empty paper in an addressed envelope?
Yes. I thought I could see faint evidence that the paper had been written on, probably with ink that fades after a certain time. I dropped it off at the police headquarters crime laboratory.
And this crescent and star design was on the paper?
That's right. It had been pressed on as if with a ring or a seal. It was pretty faint, but I could make it out.
Oh, well, golly, if somebody sent Sidney a letter written with disappearing ink and this symbol was on it, maybe it is important.
Yes, that's what occurred to me. Now, let's see. Oh, here we are.
Huh? What?
The phone.
Who are you going to call?
Harry Goldman at the Planet. He's a bug on symbols of all kinds. Makes a hobby of it. If anyone will know what the... Uh-oh.
What's the matter?
Phone's dead. Look, Jim, you run...
Uh-huh.
No. I better talk to Harry. I noticed a public phone downstairs in the lobby. I'll run down and call him. You go through the rest of those drawers. See if you find anything else, will you?
Sure, okay.
You don't have to worry about anything. There's an officer on duty in the hall.
Oh, I'm not worried.
Be right up, Jim.
Well, let's see. Didn't look through this drawer yet. More papers mixed in here with his collars. They look like bills, but... Well, I guess I better check them.
As Clark Kent leaves the apartment, Jimmy bends over the dresser drawer. He fails to hear the slight, almost imperceptible sound of the window being slowly raised in the adjoining bathroom. A moment later, behind Jimmy's back, a swarthy-skinned, wiry man wearing soft sandals bound with thongs slips from the bathroom and advances toward Jimmy, moving as sinuously and silently as a stalking cat. Only a few paces from the unsuspecting boy reporter, he pauses. He draws a long, gleaming knife from under his jacket. Grasping the bone handle, he raises it and advances again, his thick, pale lips curling back over stained, yellowish teeth. One pace more. Another pace, and he is almost ready to strike. Fellows and girls, don't miss tomorrow's exciting episode as the story takes a strange new twist. Tune in, same time, same station, and follow the adventures of Superman. As we continue now, a faint sound has caused Jimmy to raise his head. The mirror reflects the man behind him, and shouting wildly, the boy reporter leaps sidewise as the knife plunges into the dresser top.
Hey, what?
Be quiet.
Get away from me. Help, Mr. Kent.
Abdullah, I kill you.
No, let go. Help, Mr. Kent.
Now you will die.
Help.
Struggling frantically, Jimmy tries in vain to free himself from his assailant, whose long brown fingers tighten slowly, inexorably around his throat. Meanwhile, descending the stairs to the phone in the building lobby, Clark Kent, who is Superman, hears Jimmy's cries, and his X-ray vision pierces the floors and walls above him.
Great Scott, no time to change clothes now. Back up to that apartment. Up!
Burst of wind, a swift blur up 3 flights of stairs, and Kent is at the door of the main apartment, wrenching it open.
No.
Filthy one, die.
Let him go.
I fix you too.
Down, Mr. Kent. He's got a knife.
A knife won't help him.
Yes, I kill you.
You're not killing anyone, my friend. Oh, you won't be good, eh? All right. In that case, I'll just have to calm you down, eh? Like this.
I had socket in Mr. Kent.
Are you all right, Jim?
I guess so.
You sure? Take it easy now. Here, wait a minute. I'll help you up. Come on. Boy.
Oh, boy. Got it just in time.
Oh, thank heaven I did. Hey, where did this fella come from?
I don't know. I was looking through this dresser when I heard something. There he was behind me with a knife.
He must have come in through the bathroom window. There's a fire escape outside it.
What's going on in here?
Who's that?
That's the police officer who was supposed to be guarding this apartment.
Oh, it's you, Mr. Kent. Mother of mercy, where'd you come from?
Why,
I see you going down the stairs. The next thing I know, something blows past me, and then here you are.
Yes, well,
Who's this creature laying on the floor?
That's what we want to know. He tried to murder me.
He did now.
Yeah, and where were you? I thought you were supposed to be watching this place.
Steady, never mind that, Jim.
Faith, I knew you and Mr. Kent was in here, so I went to the window at the end of the hall for a bit of a smoke. Well, now, let's have a look at him. Yeah, strange-looking one he is.
I think he's an Asiatic.
It's an Arab.
An Arab, did you say?
Yeah, he said Hamdullah. Arabs say that. We heard them in the Sahara Desert last summer. Remember, Mr. Kent?
Yes. Wonder what he was doing here, and why he attacked you.
Likely one of them sneak thieves.
Oh, no, hardly. Sneak thieves don't go out of their way to murder people.
They'll do anything if they need money bad.
Well, he didn't need money.
Huh?
Now, why would you be saying that, Mr. Kent? You can see how dirty and poor he is.
He's dirty, all right, but he isn't poor. He has several $1,000s in his pocket.
What?
Is that so now? Well, let's see. Faith, and you're right.
Jeepers, look at that roll of bills. Well, how did you know he had all that money, Mr. Kent?
Oh, I happened to notice the roll sticking out of his pocket.
2. No, 3 $1,000 bills. And all these hundreds. It's enough to choke a horse. Now, this is queer. With all this money in his pocket, why would he be breaking in here?
Well, he might have come here to get something other than money. Or to keep us from getting it.
Huh?
But what would... Oh, you mean something to do with Sidney and the Atom Man?
Yes. I don't know what it could be, though. We've gone through the apartment thoroughly and... Wait, maybe...
Maybe what?
Oh, just a minute, he's coming too. Better put the bracelets on him, officer.
That is just what I was about to do. There, that'll hold you, me lad.
His eyes are opening. Boy, does he look mean.
He does that. Now then, you. What were you after doing here?
I say nothing.
None of that now. What's your name?
I say nothing.
Speak up. What were you doing here? Why'd you try to knife this young fella?
I say nothing.
Well, we'll see about that. Up on your feet. Come on. You'll sing a different tune when I get you down to the station. I'll phone with the wagon.
The phone's been disconnected, officer.
Oh, it has?
Mm-hmm.
All right, then. We'll make the call from the lobby. Mr. Kent, young man, I'll be asking you to come along.
Sure, okay.
Just a moment, please, officer. I'd like to show this man something. Did you ever see this before? No. Are you sure?
What is that funny-looking coin?
Oh, I found it in Sidney's dresser. It's got a crescent and star on it. Say, maybe that's what he was after, Mr. Kent.
Why would he be risking his neck for such as that?
Well, I'm not sure why, or even if he did, but... You don't know what this is, eh?
I not know.
I'll bet he's lying. I'll bet he...
Let's not jump to conclusions, Jim. I want to know more about this man, and I think Inspector Henderson can find out.
Then that's where him and me will be going now. Straight to headquarters. Come along now, and come quietly, or I'll be remembering you tried to put a knife in the lad's back, and too bad it will be for you.
Okay, come on, Jim. Let's go with him and see what this is all about.
Followed by Kent and Jimmy, the policeman leads the sullen, ragged Arab from Sidney's apartment. A short time later, Kent and Jimmy are in the office of Inspector Henderson at Metropolis Police Headquarters.
One of my detectives was born in Cairo, Kent. He knows Arabs and he knows their language. He's working on your man now. Good. Say, by the way, Inspector, I left a blank piece of notepaper at your crime laboratory early this morning. It had the imprint of a crescent and star at the bottom. You mean the paper you found at Sidney's country house? Yes, that's right. Have you had a report on it? Yeah, just a few minutes ago. You were right, Kent. The paper had been written on with disappearing ink. Was the laboratory able to get anything out of it? No. But it's strange. The imprint of the crescent and the star you found on the paper, and then you're finding this coin with the same symbol in Sidney's apartment.
Well, do you know what the symbol means, Inspector?
No, I don't, Olson. And nobody in the department does either. I've sent it over to the FBI. They may be able to come up with something. I hope so. We've got to learn more about Sidney, about his connections. He knew how to contact the Scarlet Widow, and we must find the widow and discover what she did with the last 2 pieces of kryptonite.
Yeah, and we better do it fast, before somebody uses the kryptonite to create another Atom Man.
Well, we're doing all we can. We haven't been able to trace the widow, and we haven't been able to dig up a thing about Sidney's secret connections either. That fellow was certainly a slick character if I ever saw one. I've got a hunch that this Arab can tell us something about Sidney. If we can only make him talk. If he knows anything, we'll get it out of him, Kent. You can depend on... Excuse me. Yeah? Oh, yes, Greenlee. How about the Arab? He what? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Oh. Oh, all right. I'll be right down. Bad news, Kent. The Arab is dead.
Huh?
Yes. Committed suicide.
But how?
Well, he had some poison hidden under a loose crown in one of his teeth, and he swallowed it while he was being searched. I went down to the cell block with him. This way, we can cut through the filing room.
Startled, Clark Kent and Jimmy Olsen hurry after Inspector Henderson, unaware that a much greater surprise awaits them in the cell block. We'll return in a moment for the exciting climax of today's episode. Hopeful that the Arab who had attacked Jimmy Olsen could give them some valuable information about the mysterious Sidney, Clark Kent, Jimmy, and Inspector Henderson were shocked when they learned that the man had committed suicide. As we continue now, they are in the cell where the swarthy Arab, his body covered with a sheet, is stretched out on a bunk.
Now, don't feel too bad, Kent. He may not have been able to help us a bit. He might have been just another second-story man who broke in, got scared when he saw Jim, and tried to finish it.
Sure.
I don't think so, Inspector. He had almost $5,000 on him. You say he has no police record? No, not with us. But we may find he has one in another city. And as for his having all that money, well, I'll admit it is unusual, but it certainly doesn't prove he had anything to do with Sidney. No, I suppose not, but... Wait a minute. What's this?
Huh?
What, Kent? Look. Look here, both of you.
Oh, look at what?
His bare feet sticking out from under the sheet. Look at the right heel. Great Jupiter. He's been branded.
With a crescent and a star. The same symbol that was on the coin I found in Sidney's apartment.
Their eyes wide, Inspector Henderson and Jimmy Olsen stare at the tiny brand on the dead Arab's heel. What does this mean? Has Clark Kent discovered a clue which will lead him to the devious secrets of the mysterious Sidney, and so to the Scarlet Widow and the Kryptonite? There's excitement and mystery ahead, so don't miss tomorrow's action-packed episode, when Superman, knowing that every minute counts, decides to take a desperate chance. Tune in, same time, same station, and thrill to the adventures of Superman. Although the Atom Man is no more, Superman is still in great danger, because 2 pieces of kryptonite, the amazing element which robs him of his strength, and which gave the Atom Man his deadly power, are in the hands of unknown enemies. In his guise of Clark Kent, Superman and Jimmy Olsen searched the apartment of the now-dead mysterious fat man known as Sidney, who had been the Atom Man's ally. When Jimmy found a strange metal coin bearing an odd symbol, Kent remembered something he had seen in Sidney's country house and left the apartment to make a phone call. A few moments later, a swarthy, dark-skinned man entered the apartment from the fire escape. Drawing a long knife, he slipped noiselessly up behind Jimmy, who was searching a dresser in the bedroom. As we continue now, a faint sound has caused Jimmy to raise his head. The mirror reflects the man behind him, and shouting wildly, the boy reporter leaps sidewise as the knife plunges into the dresser top.
Hey, what?
Be quiet.
For a moment, an Arab entered through a window and tried to stab Jimmy. Kent returned in time to subdue the man, who refused to answer questions, and later, in a detention cell at police headquarters, committed suicide. As we continue now in the cell where the Arab's body lies on a bunk, his bare feet protruding from under a sheet, Kent is pointing out a startling discovery. Listen.
Inspector, Jim, look. What is it, Ken? Look at the bottom of this man's heel. Right there, see? Great Jupiter. He's been branded.
What? Yeah, with a crescent and star. Jeepers, the same designs on the coin we found in Sidney's apartment.
Right, Jim, and on the piece of notepaper I found in Sidney's country house. Well, Inspector, do you still think this Arab had no connection with Sidney?
You win, Kent.
Yeah, but who is he? And who is Sidney? Oh, who was he really, I mean? And what does the crescent and star mean?
Those are all $64 questions, Jim.
We can come pretty close to guessing two of the answers, though.
Go ahead, Kent. Your guesses have been pretty good so far.
Well, we know Sidney wasn't the respectable businessman he pretended to be. Secretly, he joined up with the Atom Man, the greatest single menace civilization has ever known, and the Scarlet Widow, the most dangerous woman in the world. Well, that means he was not only a dishonest character, but a very important one.
Check. Go on.
It's my idea that Sidney was the leader of a powerful secret organization, and that this crescent and star is its symbol or code sign, whatever you want to call it.
Say, that could be it. They used the crescent and star for identification purposes.
Right.
But why should members of the same organization have to be identified to each other?
Well, this is only a guess, you know, but we know Sidney was very clever and very careful.
Yeah?
Well, the chances are his identity was not known to all the members of his organization. I mean, the small fry, the hired gunmen, such as this Arab probably was, and so on.
Mm-hmm.
So, when he had to see one of them, he identified himself by the coin we found in his apartment.
Oh, and they were branded on the heel. Jeepers, then... Look, Inspector, all you have to do is round up all the crooks in Metropolis, find out which ones have this brand on their heel, and...
And have them lead us to their head man, who will tell us where the Scarlet Widow and the 2 pieces of kryptonite are, huh?
Well, sure. But you gotta do it quick, before whoever has the kryptonite can create another Atom Man, or something even worse.
Well, I'm afraid it isn't that easy, Jim.
I'll say it isn't. If Kent's right, and Sidney did control a secret organization, the chances are the members aren't known crooks, any more than Sidney or this Arab was. So far, we haven't been able to find a police record for him.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Well, then what are we going to do? We've got to find the Scarlet Widow.
You don't have to tell me that. We're doing everything we can to trace her, and to trace Sidney's past connections. And I'm going to do everything possible to identify this Arab and follow that clue. I don't know what else we can do. Do you, Kent?
I know what I'm going to do.
What's that?
What are you going to do, Mr. Kent?
I'll tell you on the way. Come on. We've got to move fast.
Leaving police headquarters, Kent and Jimmy hurry back to the Daily Planet, where Kent leads the way to the desk of Harry Goldman, the thin, bespectacled feature editor.
Say, Harry, you got the largest fund of miscellaneous information locked up in that head of yours of anyone I know. I'd like to tap it.
Fire away, Pappy.
Okay. I made a copy of a certain design I'm curious about. Here it is. Tell me what you make of it, will you?
It's a crescent and a star, Mr. Goldman.
So I see. What do you want to know?
Well, first, have you ever heard of any secret society or club or any other organization using that symbol?
No, I can't say that I have.
Oh, shucks.
Just a minute, Jim. Does it have any significance at all to you, Harry?
Well, the crescent is commonly used in heraldry.
Uh-huh.
In modern coats of arms, it indicates the second son of a noble house. Does that help you?
Gosh, no.
Anything else?
Let's see. The crescent is also the military and religious symbol of the Ottoman Turks.
The Turks?
Yes. Alauddin, I think it was, the Seljuk Sultan of Iconium in the 13th century, adopted the crescent as a device. And it appeared on the janissaries of the Sultan Orkan in the following century.
Leaping lizards. What kind of double talk is that?
Wait a minute. A great many Turks are Muslims, and so are the Arabs.
Huh? Oh, you mean the Arab we caught in Sidney's apartment. I don't get it.
Now you're giving out with double talk.
I was just wondering if this organization we're trying to trace could be Muslim.
Gosh, you mean we've got to go to the Sahara Desert and get bumped to pieces on those camels again?
Look, before you buy your plane tickets, you better hear me out. I've been telling you about the crescent only. This design you have here has a star, too.
Oh? You mean...
A star sometimes appears with a Turkish crescent, just as a cross might. But there's nothing distinctly Turkish or Muslim in the combination.
Oh, there isn't? And where are we?
No place, I'm afraid.
Unless Harry can come up with something else.
I don't know, Kent. Wait. In architecture, a crescent indicates a street which follows the arc of a circle. How about that?
Gosh, this guy's a human encyclopedia.
Circular street, eh? That's interesting. What about the star?
Forgot about that. The star doesn't fit there either.
Well, then that's that. Well, thanks very much, Harry.
Not at all. Sorry I couldn't help you.
I'm starting to think nobody can.
Oh, we're not licked yet, Jim. Come on. See you, Harry.
Thanks, Mr. Goldman.
Go on.
Golly, we're not getting anywhere, Mr. Kent. And any minute, whoever has those 2 pieces of kryptonite might... Gee whiz.
Oh, now, don't get the jitters.
Well, how can I help it? I think there might be another Atom Man. Gosh, the first one almost killed Superman.
I know, but... Uh-oh, of course.
Of course what?
Never mind. Sit down, Jim.
Sit down.
Yes, this is your desk, isn't it? I've got to take the next step alone.
Without me? Oh, nothing
Now, don't
doing.
argue, Jim. Every second counts. I've got to get help, and I can't take you along.
Well, why can't you? What help?
There's just one man who might be able to follow the Crescent and Star and find the Scarlet Widow.
There is? Well, you mean Superman?
No, somebody else. But I've got to see him alone. Look, you tell the Chief and Lois what happened and not to worry if I'm away for a while.
Oh, where are you going? Who is this man?
I can't tell you. So long, Jim. See you later.
Oh, wait, why can't you tell me? Why can't I go along?
Sorry, I've got to handle this alone. So long, Jim.
Bursting with curiosity, Jimmy Olsen watches Clark Kent stride swiftly from the city room. Who is the mysterious man Kent says is the only one who can lead him to the Scarlet Widow? We'll return in a moment to find out. Telling Jimmy Olsen that only one man might be able to follow the strange symbol of the Crescent and Star and find the Scarlet Widow, Clark Kent left the Daily Planet and drove across town to a fashionable residential district. Parking in front of a handsome brick house in which he knew, as Superman, that Batman and his young companion Robin lived under their true names of Bruce Wayne and Dick Grayson, he crossed the well-kept lawn and rang the doorbell. As we continue now, Bruce Wayne, wearing a gray tweed suit, is opening the door.
Yes? Hello, Batman.
What did you call me?
Oh, I'm sorry. I mean, Wayne.
Who are you?
What? Oh, of course. I'm Clark Kent, reporter for the Daily Planet.
Well, come inside.
Thanks.
Come into the library, please.
Yes, certainly. Listen, I need your help very badly.
Sit down.
Thanks. Now, look, Wayne.
Why did you call me Batman?
Why... I don't know. I guess I've got Batman on my mind. I need his help desperately, and I came here to ask you to help me contact him.
What makes you think I can contact him?
Well,
why? Stop hemming and hawing, Kent. Give it to me straight.
Okay, I will. I understood from Superman that you can get hold of Batman.
I don't believe you.
What? Well, now, look here. I don't lie.
If you expect me to believe that Superman told you to contact Batman through me, you're wasting your time. I'll show you to the door.
No, wait. This is urgent, terribly urgent. I must see Batman.
I once heard that someone who needed him badly put an ad in the newspapers. And he happened to see it. Why don't you try that?
It's too late to make the evening editions, and I can't wait until tomorrow. This is a matter of life and death for me, for Superman.
For Superman? Are you kidding?
No, I'm not. Now, how can I get you to believe me?
There's just one way, Kent.
What's that?
Come clean.
What do you mean?
You know what I mean. Tell me why you think I can contact Batman.
Well, I told you.
You said Superman told you I could.
Yes?
And I said I didn't believe you. Now, tell me the truth, Kent. Or I'm sorry, I'll have to ask you to leave.
Oh, what'll I do? You're the only person who can help me, the only one.
I'm waiting, Kent.
I know, but I don't know what to do. I don't know. I need your help. I've got to have it, but I don't know what to tell you or how.
Torn with indecision, Clark Kent hesitates, unable to make up his mind whether or not to reveal his most cherished secret, the secret he has guarded with his very life, that he is Superman. But unless he does reveal his true identity, he may lose the cooperation of Batman. And only Batman, he feels, can help him trace the clue of the Crescent and Star, locate the Scarlet Widow, and get possession of the 2 pieces of deadly kryptonite. What decision will Kent make? Don't miss tomorrow's exciting episode, fellows and girls. It's full of surprises and thrills. So tune in, same time, same station, for the adventures of Superman. As we continue now in his library, Bruce Wayne, alias Batman, and Clark Kent, alias Superman, face one another. Listen.
You might just as well come clean, Kent. What makes you think I can contact Batman?
I told you.
You said Superman said I could.
Yes?
And I said I didn't believe you. Now, tell me the truth, or I'm sorry, I'll have to ask you to leave.
Well, it's just... All right, Wayne. All right, I'll tell you. I'm going to reveal a secret which no one else in the world knows.
but which many would pay millions to know.
Well, this sounds very interesting.
It is. I've guarded this secret with my very life. But now, not only my own life is at stake, but all civilization. I need Batman's help desperately. So I'm going to take you into my confidence and trust you never to betray me.
You're giving the secret quite a build-up. What is it?
It's this. You see, Wayne, I...
Yes?
I am Superman.
What?
Yes. Yes, I, Clark Kent, am Superman.
Well, what do you know? Superman, unmasked at last, huh? You didn't get hit on the head by a brick or something on the way here, did you?
Oh, apparently you don't believe me.
Let's just say I'm skeptical.
Well, then I'll prove it to you. Here, I wear my costume under my street clothes. There we are. Now, off with my glasses, like this.
Say, you do look like Superman.
Naturally, because I am.
Well, now you sound like him, too.
Naturally again. Well, are you satisfied, Wayne?
No, of course not. A good actor can impersonate almost anyone, and costumes are easy to get.
Oh, I see. Well, then I'll prove it by...
No, hold on. Let me give you some tests.
Just in case I've arranged some hocus-pocus with mirrors and what have you, eh?
Maybe. Now, look, Superman has X-ray vision, right?
Right. I can see through anything but lead.
Okay. Tell me what I have in my right trousers pocket.
Oh, that's easy. A bunch of keys, 2 quarters. Let's see now. Their dates are 1906 and... the other one's upside down. 1917.
2 quarters, all right. What do you say their dates were?
1906 and 1917. Right?
Yes.
Are you satisfied now?
Not quite. You might have... don't misunderstand me, but you might...
I might be a sleight of hand artist and slip those coins into your pocket, eh?
I didn't say that.
But you meant it. All right, what's your next test? Let's work fast. My business is urgent.
This won't take long if you are Superman. Come over here, will you?
Certainly. What'll it be?
Wait till I open this window. There we are. Now, just one more test. And if you pass it, I'll believe you're Superman.
Shoot.
See that flagpole at the rear of my lawn?
Yes?
It's 60 feet high. Let's see you place this quarter on top of it and return here within 3 seconds. Or should we call the whole thing off?
Are you kidding? Step aside, please.
Okay.
Now watch closely. Out and away! Well, do I pass, teacher?
You certainly do. I hope you'll forgive all this waste of time.
Don't apologize. I don't blame you at all. Batman.
What? Then you did know who I was all the time.
Of course. Can't you guess how?
Why, sure. Your X-ray vision saw through my mask and hood that last time we worked together.
Mm-hmm.
So that when you saw me today as Bruce Wayne, you recognized me at once.
That's right. And what's more...
Well, dust me off and polish my shoes. Superman.
Hello, Robin. Dick.
Oh, you know who he is, too.
Uh-huh.
What do you mean he knows who I am, too?
Superman is onto us, Dick.
What? You mean he knows you...
He knows I'm Batman.
Christopher Columbus.
Oh, but that's fair enough. He's told me his other identity.
What? No kidding. Who is he?
I'm afraid that'll have to remain a secret for the time being, Robin. And now, Superman, you said you needed my help.
I certainly do. The Atom Man is dead, but...
thanks to you.
Make those thanks for 2.
Well, I was lucky. He could have finished me if he'd listened to Sidney and stayed with me, keeping me helpless under the influence of the kryptonite in his blood until I starved to death.
Listen, is it true this kryptonite has the Indian sign on you?
Yes, Robin, it has. It's a fragment of the former planet Krypton where I was born. But here in the atmosphere of Earth, for some strange chemical reason, I get weak when it's brought within 10 feet of me.
Gee, Russo.
Go on, Superman.
Well, that's the first reason I need your help. Because I can't get near the kryptonite. And there are 2 pieces of the original fragment still in existence, in the hands of our enemies. Now, listen closely while I tell you everything that's happened so far.
Speaking swiftly, but omitting no detail, Superman brings Bruce Wayne and Dick Grayson, who are in reality Batman and Robin, up to date on the story of the kryptonite. He tells them of the Scarlet Widow and the mysterious Sidney, the late advisor of the Atom Man, of the strange coin found in Sidney's apartment, engraved with the symbol of a crescent and star, and of the dead Arab with the same cryptic symbol branded on his right heel.
And that's why I have every reason to believe that Sidney was one of the leaders of a powerful secret organization using the symbol of a crescent and star. The Scarlet Widow either belongs to the organization or she has contact with it.
And by tracing the organization, you think we can locate the Scarlet Widow and force her to tell us to whom she sold the last 2 pieces of kryptonite. Is that it?
Right. You see, I know you and Robin have a wide knowledge of the underworld. You've fought the big crooks and the hangers-on for years.
It's my hunch that somewhere among them we'll pick up a clue to the people we want. Now, of course, it's a dangerous mission I'm asking you to undertake.
I'm used to danger. You can count on me to do everything I can.
I knew I could. Thanks, Lois.
And count me in, too. I'll blow those bugles and beat those drums. Where do we go from here, Batman?
I know exactly where we're going. And right now,
I'm listening.
I'll tell you on the way. I'll contact you later, Superman, perhaps even tonight.
You sure you don't want me to go along with you?
No, I think Robin and I can do this job better alone.
All right, but call on me if you need me. You, know how to contact me?
You bet I do. 5 o'clock. We've got a lot to do and just 1 hour to do it in. So long, Superman.
So long and good luck. You don't mind if I use this window to leave by, do you?
Help yourself.
Righto. Out and away!
You, look at him go.
We're going places ourselves. Come on.
Lead the way, Pappy, and just try to lose me.
Followed by the eager Dick Grayson, Bruce Wayne hurries from his house and enters his Batmobile car. We'll rejoin them in a moment for the exciting climax of today's episode.
Now, back to the adventures of Superman.
On the trail of the 2 pieces of kryptonite, Bruce Wayne and Dick Grayson, who in reality are the famous Batman and Robin, made a brief call at police headquarters and then drove to the shabby waterfront district. Before leaving their car, they disguised themselves as ragged, seedy individuals. And now, caps pulled low over their eyes, they are lounging against some rotting pilings at the street end of a long pier. It is early evening, but the fog swirling in from the harbor shrouds the street lamps to pale yellowish blurs.
Maybe I'm dumber than usual tonight, Batman, but I don't get it. Why do we want to see a no-good rat like Squealy Evers?
It's simple, Robin. He knows what's cooking in every dirty pot in Metropolis. And for a price, he'll talk.
Oh, you figure he might know something about the Star and Crescent, huh?
Not so loud. Yes.
But Squealy's so crooked he puts a corkscrew to shame. How can we trust him?
We're not going to trust him. We're just going to request a little information.
Something tells me we'll get a knife in the back.
Stop worrying. It makes wrinkles.
That's the way I want to die, old and wrinkled.
Scared, Mr. Grayson?
No, not scared. I just got a yen to see the sun come up tomorrow.
It will come up.
Sure, but I want to see it.
But not. Here he comes.
Oh.
Squealy, of course, and right on time. He always makes this beat around 6 o'clock.
What if he sees through these rags and catches on who we are?
Oh, quiet now. Here he is. Squealy.
Huh?
Hello, Squealy.
Yeah? What do you want?
A little information.
Who are you?
Oh, my name's George Robinson.
I'm, his brother Jack. You know, quick as...
Cut it out.
You a cop?
No, but I've got $200.
Let's see it.
Here it is. Nice and fresh. Mustn't touch.
Pretty little cabbage leaves, aren't they, Squealy?
What do you want to know?
Whatever you can tell us about this coin.
What the Crescent and Star. Where'd you get this?
What's the difference? What do you know about it? For $200. Can you help us?
Yeah, I can help you.
You can?
Yeah, I can help you a lot.
All right, Squealy. Start talking.
Eagerly, Batman and Robin wait for the stooped, ferret-faced man to speak as the gray fog swirls around them. What will he tell them? And will it lead our friends to the mysterious organization they seek? And to the missing kryptonite? Monday's episode is tense and exciting, fellows and girls, so don't miss it. Tune in, same time, same station, as Batman and Robin combine with the Man of Steel to stave off the greatest threat ever directed at the world in the adventures of Superman.